A restoration effort is underway on Little Shamokin Creek in Paxinos.
Little Shamokin Creek is actually a tributary to Shamokin Creek, which then dumps into the Susquehanna River. Little Shamokin Creek is also Sunbury's water source. It is also used heavily for recreation. It is on DEP's impaired streams list. So we take a great responsibility in trying to improve that water quality so we can get it off of that list and provide a good source of water for both the town of Sunbury as well as for recreation. This is known as a modified mud sill crib. And again, it's placed on that meander to protect the toe of that bank.
The creek is suffering eroding banks, which contributes to sediment as well as increased nitrogen and phosphorus in the water. Volunteers are working on a series of stabilization efforts to address issues along the stream bank and increase the aquatic habitat.
Basically, where there's cut banks, where there's a really steep bank, or point bars where all the sediment will build up, they will all go in and put different things like log deflectors, mud sills, and things like that that'll kind of divert it away from the cut banks and kind of get to come over the point bars, so it'll kind of have a more, I won't say natural stream, but when it floods, won't have such a devastating effect on the creek.
Little Shamokin Creek is one of many area tributaries that have landed on DEP's impaired streams list.
All of our natural resources, whether it's the water, whether it's the land, whether it's a forested area, should be of concern to people. We live off of those natural resources. So it's very important that we take the time to preserve and conserve and protect those natural resources so that they can continue to provide for our needs in the future as well. This creek, we need to also take note that it does feed the Susquehanna River. Susquehanna River in turn feeds the Chesapeake Bay. So all of this pollution and all of these improvements are going to carry on into those other bodies of water of the Susquehanna and the Chesapeake as well.
The restoration is an effort between the Northumberland County Conservation District, the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission, the North Central Pennsylvania Conservancy, the Little Shamokin Creek Watershed Association, and the landowners whose property lies in the creek's path. Restoration efforts are expected to take about 3 weeks, and the groups are hopeful that there may be future restoration projects downstream next year. Sarah Bartlett, WKOK.com.